Hey, it's Caitlin with Switching Gears. Now, I have been wanting to make this video for a while, but life got a little crazy. I am trying to get the podcast back up and running. I had to refind my flash drives that have all the episodes on them. We took in a foster puppy. It has been a little crazy, so please forgive me for being a bit behind, but I wanted to make this video for Switching Gears, and it's probably honestly going to be a podcast later, but I really want it to be a video just because pretty art. Somebody please understand me. I don't know what has happened in my adult life to make this so hard for me. When I was younger, I would read all the time. Probably helped that I had no friends or barely any friends, but I read so much. I obviously love Harry Potter, Gryffindor. I read all of the Twilight books. I read the Aragon. I know I'm probably saying that wrong, but I don't care. I read all of those. I read so many books, I can't even sit here and name all of them off. I went to the library all the time and I would read all the time. When my parents would ground me, I would be excited because it meant I could read. And if I was in a lot of trouble, I would get grounded from books. I was that kid. But as an adult, reading is so hard for me. I genuinely love this book. To all the boys I loved before, I have been trying to read this book for 6 months. I love this book. I love reading. But for some reason, I can't, what's wrong with me? The only thing that seems to hold my attention these days is like Reddit posts and reading spooky, scary short stories. But I love reading. Now, I actually mostly love young adult fiction. It is my favorite genre, my favorite authors. I know that I am pushing closer and closer to 30, but I don't care. I still love it. This is the genre of fiction that I love. So I just wanted to share some of the books that I want to read this year, and maybe verbalizing them and making a video and a future podcast will help me actually cement that goal in my mind. So first book, obviously, I want to finish To All the Boys I Loved Before. Eventually, hopefully, I will finish the whole trilogy, but let's just start with book 1 for now, okay? So there's book 1. John Green, Turtles All the Way Down. That is John Green, right? Yeah, John Green, Turtles All the Way Down. Now, I only question it because his brother Hank has now written a book. I am a huge John Green fan. Tumblr girls, please do not come for me, or like ex-Tumblr girls. I had a roommate in college who had never read any of his books, but hated John Green. Looking for Alaska is my favorite book of all time. I wish I could write like him. Simple as that. I like John Green. If you don't, that's fine. But you're entitled to your own opinion. A Court of Thorns and Roses. Now, I was actually told to read this book while I was at a bookstore for a book signing from an author that I love so much. So I was told to read this book. I picked it up, and it has been included on the shelf of books that I buy and love and stare at, and they stare back at me with guilt, or I have guilt from it, so like it's fine. Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I love the Netflix show. I love all the witchy, creepy, spooky stuff. I have like a witchy shelf. I named my cat Sabrina. When I bought this, I thought this was the graphic novel that it was based on, but it's not. This is an actual physical book. It is not a graphic novel. It is a book, a regular book. So we're gonna read that. Sarah Dessen, Saint Anything. Sarah Dessen is one of my favorite authors. I love her. I think she's better than John Green. She's amazing. So I need to finish this book, but that's not all. I also need to finish this book or read it. I need to read these books. So the rest of the story, Saint Anything, Sarah Dessen. She's my favorite author. I love her on Twitter. I love her. I love her so much. That was a loud thump. The Sun is also a Star. I have heard so many good things about this book. This author has actually a couple of other pieces. where like her work has been turned into movies. And I love that. And also, this book is beautiful. This is one of the prettiest books I think I've ever bought, and I think I did buy this book based on the cover, and I'm not ashamed of that. So this one is also a star. Bewitching. This is a guilty pleasure. So Alex Flynn, does she write some good books that are also terrible somehow? But Bewitching is a book I have not read yet of hers. I did love her other books. Now, she actually wrote the book Beastly. That became a movie. That was terrible yet amazing. So I'm really excited for this because I do love that author. Blackbird. Now, some of these books, for the books that I'm hopefully maybe going to read this year, are graphic novels. I love graphic novels. I love comic books. I have a lot of Spider-Man and Aquaman ones and Hawkeye ones, but I bought this one because this art is done by Jen Bartel, and she is one of my favorite artists. Side note, I'm actually going to have a different video all about local artists and stuff that I found online. So yeah, look out for that. But Blackbird, this is supposed to be really good. And I mean, her artwork, like, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I love it. So that's another book that I bought based on the cover. I'm not ashamed. It's fine. It's whatever. It's fine. Red Queen. This was a impulse buy at Target 3 years ago. I still haven't read it. What is wrong with me? Why can't I read? I love reading. I love books. But there is something wrong. Help me, please. Please tell me I'm not alone in this. Fangirl. Rainbow Rowell. So I'm a huge Rainbow Rowell fan. One of the last books that I read all in one sitting was Eleanor Park. I read it until 3 a.m, crying hysterically in bed because I was reading it on my phone. But I love Rainbow Rowell. I actually have started this book, and I got about halfway through, and then I had to go back to the library, and then I went and bought my own copy. Have I picked it up since? No, because I'm an idiot. It's fine. So, Teen Titans, Raven. So this is, I know I'm gonna say his name wrong, Gabriel Piccolo? I don't know. He is a guy who I love on Twitter and Instagram. He's an artist. He did this art. Yes, it is another book, comic book that I bought based on the cover. I love his artwork. Like, it's just beautiful. Like, look at that. Look at that. Oh, God, it's wonderful. It is wonderful and amazing. Look at that. I mean, yeah, so that's this book. Kimberly, my girl. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Pink. This is a Pink Power Ranger comic book. I love Pink Power Ranger. I have an entire shelf dedicated to the Pink Power Ranger. Why haven't I read this yet? Why? What is wrong with me? But it's there. I'm gonna read it, I promise. Maybe. Witches. So this was another impulse buy that I found on Amazon while I was looking for Sabrina the Chilean Adventures graphic novel, comic book, whatever you want to call it. And this was actually recommended for me. This is supposed to be one of the scariest graphic novels out there. So I am very excited, and I love that art so much. Oh, it just makes me so happy in all the right ways. So yeah, did I buy another book based on a cover? You bet I did. So those are all the books that hopefully I will read. Apparently my cat thinks I won't. I don't know which cat that was. Was that you, Sabrina? It's fine. I really hope I will, because I love books. I love reading. I love getting lost in the world. Reading helped me. I mean, the entire reason I've even formed the career I have is because of reading books. What is wrong with me now? Please tell me I am not the only person out there who suddenly, as an adult, cannot read, even though it was their life when they were younger. Please tell me that I'm not alone. Yeah, so that is my video on reading books and stuff. Stay safe with everything going on. More stuff coming soon. I promise you the podcast will be up eventually. I'm working on it. I'm very bad at things. It's fine though. It's me, Caitlin, switching gears.